the beginning, this is a really, really stacked event. There were players here who have won so many things in the past, majors and majors, of course. So free to enter tournament, $500 on the line as a pop bonus, and that means you're going to get people who are top level, and it's really been fun to watch so far.
Yeah, man, everybody really just kind of bring in their A game, so to speak. You know, when there's so much money up for grabs, and you know, a easy way, accessible way, free to enter tournament. A lot of people are going to be stepping up here. We do have the winners finals coming at you guys right here, right now. Biohazard versus Aztec, and just like I was hoping, David, we got Baraka on the screen. We're going to have some blood lunge action, but not quite yet. Aztec starting off real strong with those coming in hot with this command grab. Going to be dunking on, yes, closer to the corner. What's going to be next? Ducking under that discus is Baraka, just trying to fight his way back. Here comes that blood lunge. No, it does hit it as a high, very far-reaching command grab, which does make it a little bit different.
That forward two, I mean, look, for Baraka, that's about as good as the range gets. For Aztec, that's going to be a different story. He's got that his own forward two of huge range. Oh, okay, but continue the string there as well. Would have been plus on block, no big deal.
Whoa,
and now this is exactly where Bio wants to be.
Spacing there with that back three. Very slow button, but does hit as a low. Oh, no room for breathing at all. And there comes that command grab. Stand one, such a good tick throw for command grab. Not only because it's very fast, but in case the opponent is ducking, it's going to whiff and make you input stand 1-2, which the second hit does hit as a mid, and you don't get the command grab. So very fun stuff that we're seeing there. Flawless block up 2. Now that's going to be a mind game that we're going into here. Next time, Biohazard probably going to be going with the low stab, just to try to mix it up and try to get Aztec to not follow the block. Hold on a second. Doesn't have the bar to dump him back into the corner, so instead, just getting regular Oki mid to read, pushing him far back. Here comes the forward 4-4. Doesn't go with the fatal blow there. I'm actually surprised he didn't want to catch him big.
Oh, but he can here. If he finds one more hit, if he finds anything here, it's plus frames yet again. Aztec tried with the flawless block. Oh, big punish opportunity. Surely here is where Biohazard takes game number 1. As you said, that mix-up between flawless block or not, gigantic part of Baraka's game. And he can do things to keep people in check. We saw one of them there. Just don't press anything, right? Sure, if you have the low, that's a huge part of it. If you have spine burst, it's a huge part of it. He has these tools. He didn't even bring that out there, though. And Aztec just got caught whiffing, right? But once he got in the corner, you could see, you know, Aztec has this character with these really far range buttons, really good mid-range stuff. But if he gets into the corner, he's on the slower end of things. He doesn't have great options there, and Biohazard was really able to control well once that's where they were.
Yeah, Biohazard's loadout is definitely going to help in that sense because, you know, unlike a lot of the moves that Biohazard has, that Baraka has in their tool set, the low stab, you can amplify and switch sides on your opponent. So, you know, even if you're getting oppressed, even if you're getting bullied in the corner, you can switch it up once you do find that successful hit. And that's really where Baraka is going to be, you know, shining big, so to speak, just kind of to really just kind of put the pressure on Kodal, where Kodal's not going to have that horizontal mobility, that horizontal freedom that he's used to having at most parts of the game, most parts of the match.
Round 1. Fight.
No changes here as we come into the next one.
Aztec flawless block,
exactly. Yeah, big part, of course. Oh, what a call out. That was cool.
Yeah, I believe that also stops the command grab in case that command grab did come out. Now, that's the side switch I was talking about there. The low stab, just switching it up and really giving Baraka that counter control that's going to be so necessary in this game, as David pointed out before. Did the whole string there. Nice hit confirmed there coming out of Aztec. Pretty good damage here. The up 3 from really far away. That's going to show you that Aztec 100% in the mind of Biohazard. But here comes the slashes back-to-back, multiple hits. does hit 1-1-2, able to leave him in a standing position, tries to get a little tricky no command grab, and that's going to be a big cash out for Aztec. And of course, not going to be scaling as much as the last time, but it's definitely going to be enough here. Big totem just kind of slamming down Aztec. Looking better. Looking much better in this game number 2.
Yeah, the fact that he got the flawless block into his own buttons out of the corner and was able to play this distancey game. Oh, interesting trade is the reason that he took that round for sure. Oh, fire one! Wanted the whiff punish. Not there.
Just looking for the second hit there come out.
Wow, Aztec is ready. Oh, big chance!
Somehow that trade between the forward 2-1 and the down 2, but it's okay. Biohazard finding the hit afterwards. Aztec completing the string, trying to get a little tricky to not go for that command grab tick for.
Am I seeing a replay? Okay, that was wild right there. The exact same sequence of things happened. It's not quite enough, but even if it's just anything on block into sunlight, it's going to be enough bio. Yeah, no, I'm not mad at the attempt right there. That's him trying to call out a flawless block. And Aztec didn't. Aztec played safety first, but the idea, again, we've talked about how important, and you've seen how important, the flawless block or not game is in the matchup.
Yeah. You can even see the flawless block coming into play there for Biohazard. That up 3 he did just to kind of keep him in the game to take his turn back. And you also got to wonder, what if Biohazard tried to go for the fatal blow one move before that last forward 2-1? Because the forward 2-1 before that actually did hit. It might have not been enough to kill Kodal because Kodal has a little bit more health, but it would have been really down to the wire here. But you don't really want to let Kodal get enough breathing room when you're down to pixels, because that sun ray is going to be able to come up. And if you don't have a KB that's super fast or enough health to maintain, withstanding the damage, it's not going to be good for you. It's not going to be a good story for you.
Round 1, fight.
We'll see how that interplay continues to go. Oh, okay, very delayed. Biohazard taking his turn. It's the low. Oh yeah, classic Biohazard stuff. Really stealing turns, taking turns. Same idea from Aztec. And I really like that even on block, he's out of the corner.
Yeah, totally out of the corner here, but hold on a second. Amplifying it, keeping him in the corner. Super plus, super buff. Hold on a second, never mind. You're going back in the corner. Both these characters have the ability to just kind of switch it up on the opponent. Goes for the full string, but Biohazard has been conditioned to not even try to flawless block it. So that's going to be a huge, oh, no.
That's
break it away.
Damage. Yep, that's 2 bars spent, and it's the reset in damage scaling. It's not death yet, surely, but it's close. It is close.
So close there. 53 left there on Biohazard. Just hits it. He just hits the forward.
I love it.
Right into the blade.
It's a super fast option. It doesn't have a hurt box at the end of it. It's the rangiest option that he can do that fast. Really interesting and good choice by Bio.
You gotta wonder, Aztec coming off of that fatal blow, a finite resource, now not gonna have access to it, but does get that flawless block up too. Gonna be switching it up on him. No bar to amplify for more damage, but still does get the regular default switch. Backing off, and Biohazard caught, not holding on to block. Damage takes that interactable. Aztec just kind of, buying a little bit more real estate, buying a little bit more room. Staying away from the corner. No need to take any kind of risk. Love the flawless weapon too. Coming out of Biohazard, trying to get as much damage as possible, of course. And he gets there with the blood lunge and gets smacked again. Is Biohazard. This is going to be a tough little comeback. But he does get the first step.
He's ready with that. Yeah. And he actually can pump out enough damage to kill right now. This variation of Baraka, not very damaging oftentimes, but he's got fatal. Oh yeah, and you see he's looking for it. He's looking for it. Aztec knows that, and he has played safety first, and now... Oh, it was a delay! It was a delay. If that had been quick get up, normal time get up, would have been good. But Aztec with a great defensive read.
Final
Yeah,
round.
it's a
Fight.
tough one. It's a very tough one there. But I think Biohazard was anticipating a possible rollback from Aztec, maybe anticipating him to roll back and throw up the sunlight. But just kind of did a simple little delay wake up, and you know that's the bad part about the front one. Huge recovery there on whiff. I don't think that's going to be enough damage to really make it worth it. Just trying to jump in though. Okay, now that he's conditioned to just hold on to block, these throws are really going to be doing a lot here for Biohazard. Stuff right before he hit the ground. And that's going to be huge damage here. A Biohazard getting that jail situation here. Forward 2-1. We go right over that little low poke. Biohazard,
What a duck! The defense from Aztec, incredible. Now, still, it's not over, but if he finds anything, okay, yeah, you know, if he found anything into sunlight activation, that might have been it anyway. So Bio, again, you know, I'm not mad at the idea of bringing out Fatal, both in this end of this game and then at the end of the previous game where it was more offensive. Those are reasonable options. It's just that Aztec had a different call that ended up beating those tools. Aztec up 2-1.
Yeah, and that's I mean, you try to go for whatever you can there in that scenario. You know, Bio did have the bar, so I'm surprised he didn't go for some kind of maybe like a flawless up 3 into a jailed situation, maybe to confirm into, you know, a fatal blow. But he's very confident in this. I do like to see, just because I do love to see Baraka here on the screen. I love seeing what Biohazard can kind of, you know, add to the table here. He's betting it all.
Oh, yeah.
Betting it all. His winners, finals, life on the line here. That's big, man. Big. You know, winning in winners finals guarantees you second place. He's willing to give that up.
I feel like you look at those two normals and it's like they're the same button, but one of them is 3 times farther than the other. A little slower too, to be perfectly fair. Here's Aztec trying to call it out. Again, the same interaction.
Same little interaction. I love the parry as a great option against, you know, that back two. There's a lot of recovery there. Yeah, Kodal able to kind of come out and really punish this time. Forward throw from Baraka, but we all know that leaves you really far away. Oh, had he done the blood lunge there, could have made that crushing blow requirement. Could have done a little bit of DOT, but unfortunately not the call he went for. Here comes the cap though. A little aggressive is Aztec, so Biohazard kind of just seems to be a little lost here in terms of, you know, when to really, you know, go in or when to expect Aztec to just kind of, you know, say F neutral and go in with that cap move.
Yeah, and you not just that, but with dash, with forward 2, whatever it may be, Aztec's doing a really good job of mixing up his options at mid-range. Here's Cat, as you just mentioned. It's hard to tell for Bio which one's coming up next. Oh, big opportunity for him, though. He's going to be standing reset as Baraka gets. So pretty good damage, pretty fast, to be honest.
It's tacking up here, but hold on a second. Aztec looking great right now. Here comes the sunlight.
Oh, that's it!
Yeah, super roasted. Big command grab coming out of Aztec. Of course, I guess what Aztec was thinking is, you know, if he jumps, he's still going to be in the sun ray. He's still going to be right in front of me. He's still going to be taking damage. So he just kind of covered both those options, whether he was going to stay there or jump. The sun ray, keeping right in front of him, right on top of him, or, you know, command grab in case he does sit there and block. Aztec getting that ticket right into grand finals, going to be in a very favorable spot in this double elimination tournament, where in order for Aztec to not win the tournament, he's going to have to lose 2 consecutive sets, as he's got both his tournament lives fully intact here, which is more than what we can say for everyone else on the lower side of the bracket. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough out there for whoever makes it, because Aztec is looking incredible today.
Look, man, that said, it's going to be one of some very strong players. So in loser's side, Gur beat Tweedy. Gur moves on past Tweedy. 3-0 is how it's written down. Interesting. So that means that the next round of losers that we're going to have is actually Sunio versus Gur. That's going to be losers semifinals, I guess. Losers finals will be winner of that versus, of course, Biohazard. So it's going to be one of those 3. to challenge Aztec, and certainly all of those players are capable of absolutely making it happen. So it's not going to be an easy road even still for Aztec. But look, let's talk about the match that's coming up next. Sunio versus Gur. So Geras, of course. Are you looking for RoboCop in this matchup as well? What do you think?
I think he's probably going to be going with RoboCop. I feel like he did a pretty good job of kind of keeping Tweety Sandtrap at bay. So I don't think Sandtrap is really going to be the key for this matchup. I'm a little curious as to how Shifting Sands is going to react with RoboCop's shield dash in the air. Like, will he be able to get through it because he's in the air? I feel like not. I feel like it's still going to keep him sucked back. So it's going to, but then if it whiffs, it recovers faster. So it's going to be a little tricky for both players. I'm just going to enjoy how that pans out. We're definitely going to be seeing a lot of scramble situations from that. But I think Sunio is probably going to go with the RoboCop. Maybe he's going to go with a more aggressive loadout. I know sometimes he does like the mid command grab, which is something that RoboCop does have. So hopefully we get to see a little bit of variety. But Sunio, for the most part, likes to just kind of zone and keep his distance.
That's definitely more what he likes to do. And look, why not play RoboCop versus Geras? He just beat one of the best Gerases in the world already. So when you're up against one of the other best Gerases in the world, I think it makes total sense. His loadout, I like. I like the loadout versus Geras. The way that the air mobility works. Yeah, it's going to be different options coming out of Gur, of course, right? It's not going to be the huge damage output. It may be Quicksand. I wouldn't be surprised to see Quicksand in this matchup to put Gur right up close whenever he does find a sand trap hit. I think that would make a lot of sense. But other than that, this is a person in Gur who oftentimes still uses statue, even in matchups like this. And as RoboCop, that means that you have to be cognizant of the fact that the opponent could teleport behind you, depending on where the statue is, could activate the statue with the amplified version, which is a launch into. There are things that you have to be paying attention to at range that you don't necessarily have to pay attention to with other Geras builds.
Yeah, and this is really where I love being able to see the same matchup of we're going to hopefully we're assuming we're going to be seeing RoboCop, but seeing RoboCop versus Geras against two different Gerases, not only you're talking about two very successful Geras players, but they play the character so differently. Not only just that the variations are slightly different, but just the play styles in general are a little bit more different. I feel like Tweety's a little bit more high risk, likes to bet it all in certain scenarios, where Gur is a little bit more reserved, especially these days if you compare him to like the MKX and Injustice 1 days. During Injustice 2 and MK11, Gur has been a little bit more patient, a little bit more methodical. He does like to bring the best of both worlds, though. You're going to see the usual loadout here coming from Gur and the usual loadout here from Sooneo. No command grab, unfortunately, but we do get the OCP charge. Let's see how it interacts with the Shifting Sands. And Gur does throw that down around.
There's a statue. Again, I think that's a big deal in the way that you have to approach this as RoboCop. It doesn't mean that you don't have to completely change stuff, but you have to respect that. That's there. So Sunio actually moving forward a lot. We saw this from him sometimes before. And I wonder if this is something that he's going to be going to. Interesting that Gert teched out of the corner.
Yeah, kind of a throw makes, or maybe he was just pressing, that one button.
Right.
Try to just, start his offense. He just comes out as a throw tag. And Sunio just kind of pressing Gur here, making sure he stays on the ground. Flawless block from Gur to minimize that chip damage. But here comes the 1-2-1. And once that first one didn't get flawless block, no hope for the rest of them there. Gur slowly getting shipped out there in the corner. Needs to look alive here. Tries to go for the command grab. Big armor breaker here. Gur is not looking too hot right here. Failed escape, so that crushing blow is going to be locked and loaded for RoboCop.
Does he cash out on it now? Is he intent on taking this round? He does. And the way that this is gone, I think this makes a lot of sense. He's going to have to change up his playstyle a lot to take it. That said, he is doing that. He's got the big hit. He's going to have the corner even still, if that's what he prefers. It is. And a punish. Okay, so oftentimes RoboCop gets out of the corner. This guy says, nope.
it's all about the placement there of the low sand trap. I feel like we didn't even see that in the matchup against Speedy. So it could be possible that Gur knows a little bit more about how to, punish that attempt to get out of the corner. But either way, Sooneo in full control. I don't see Gur doing this at all unless he gets some kind of crazy comeback, but he doesn't. Sooneo putting a complete stop to it, telling Gur today he's gonna learn to deal with this, learn to go for these low gun shots over and over again, just keeping them back. So Gur not really finding the control that he's usually used to in most matchups. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit more of a switch, maybe a more damage output heavy loadout like we usually see with Tweety. Because once you do get in there, you want to make sure that it hurts as much as possible. Not to say that Gears doesn't always do a lot of damage.
I think he's running with it. I don't expect him to move off of command grab. I think if anything, maybe we just see a little bit different placement of things like the quicksand and a little bit different timings. I don't know that he expected Sunio to play such a corner cage. Yeah, it is going to be the same build. Yeah. It was really an offensive caging style, and Sunio, we see that sometimes. It's not like it's a brand new idea or anything with RoboCop, but he does more often tend to back up. That's what we saw versus Tweety.
Yeah, usually likes to back up. Now, let's point out the fact that they're in Goro's lair. Now, on the right side of this stage, you got a lot of mobile interactables, so that's going to play a big part in, the approach and the possible options that we're going to be seeing here. Gur does have access to one right now, but decides to go regular forward dash as Sunio just beats it. Here comes the shield bash here coming out of Sunio to stop all of his attempts to try to get in there. And here comes a big body. Yep, there it is. There it is.
Beautiful stuff from Sunio. Hey, he's been so aware regardless of who he's playing against.
Yeah, super aware. And, Gur definitely loves his interactables, whether they're good or not. He loves doing them. It's just the Injustice 1 player in Oh, tries to go for the quick overhead there, but Sunio is not home. A little too far away. Just, yes, able to really, not have an answer for when RoboCop uses those interactables, especially because he can kind of, go for the shield dash in the air at any point. So is he going to land normally? Is he going to stay in the air a little bit longer? Even there, Gur kind of went for a little bit of a chase down. The corner hit there. Sunio looking to press kind of button.
What a big read from Gur.
Trying to immobilize him as best as he can here. Trying to get out of there still with his lifting sand.
Sick by Sunio. He's been so consistent at being able to get that. He calls it out at just the right moment. And now harassing, even as the statue's out, the threat of the plus frames or the launch or movement, he's still trying to press those zoning tools. He's got his idea about what's going to work, and I really like the button timings from them.
Cool. Flipping out. Oh, that could have been a huge armor breaker there if Gur timed it a little bit differently.
Was that flamethrower? I don't know, but Gur's right up close now, and the next hit he can take it. Oh! Wow.
He handled the game.
Sunio, you're right. That was a big opportunity, and it just didn't come. What he needed just didn't come.
Yeah.
You are coming with me.
That was 100% Gur's, opening, the green light, so to speak, on, hey, this throw whiffed, and almost instinctively or preemptive decision like Gur went with the down one, which obviously doesn't lead into any kind of damage. I don't think he was expecting to see a throw whiff there. I'm actually a little lost there on how that actually interacted. It kind of looked like Sunio was out of range. So, it wasn't really more of a situation where Gur was letting go of block to make the throw whiff, but more as Sunio miscalculated the distance there on where that throw could make the contact.
Shang Tsung's Island Ruins.
All right, well, again, I'm not expecting any changes here for Gur in terms of loadout. And he showed moments of being able to get in and do what he needed to do, yeah. But just in general, boy, I got to tell you, the thing that I'm so impressed by for Sunio is his timings on projectiles. His moments that he picks, Gur has gone for interactables to try to approach. Sunio's been ready for that. He has tried to threaten with statue. Sunio's been ready for that. And at the same time, right, just like this, Sunio's moving around. He is not always throwing projectiles, but when he does, it seems like they connect a lot.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like it's not just I'm zoning whenever I feel like it. It's all decision making, even at full screen. Like it doesn't feel like that when you're fighting against it. But you know, the way you're going to combat it, the way you're going to overcome it is by first realizing, hey, he's doing this with intention, not just mindlessly doing it over and over again. Nice throw escape there from Gur, able to react to that as soon as possible. Really can't stop Sooneo. He's just kind of coming in here with that shield bash. It's just kind of giving Sooneo freedom to go back and forth as that max range. It might have been,
I thought
but
it was
maybe he
too.
deserved it.
Okay, fair enough. Yep, he might have made that choice.
You know, he's not Tekken Master over here who has it on. It's always on. Flawless blocking here. Gur minimizing that damage. Whoa, big jump kick here coming out of Sunio, but you know, kind of just threatening the idea that the shield bash could be coming at any time. So you know, trying to immobilize Gur. 12 seconds left on the clock. Gur needs to get a hit. He needs to get something going right now.
He does not have meter for. Oh boy, 4 seconds, and Sunio backing off.
He got it.
Is it enough? Fast enough? It's not. It's not. So not only does he use the fatal blow, but he also does not get the round. Wow, and so close to being able to take it. Some characters, animations, and timings for fatal blow damage output might have been able to take it, but the way that Gyara's comes out, it just wasn't enough. Match point for Sunio.
I was so sure he had it. Gur was so sure he had it. He wouldn't have come off that resource if he didn't think so, but it just wasn't there in time. So for once, time not being on the side of Gyara's, tries to go for a throw a little too far away there. We saw trades of that last game.
Oh, I love the down one. Maybe starting to call out the movement from Sunio, which to me has been really, really impressive as well. I talked about his zoning and timings on that, but his choice of when to move, again, fast dashes for the character, but also the air charge have been huge. Here's Gur now finding the KB.
100%. Not bad, especially coming off all those resources here. Big jump and kick with Sunio not looking to do anything but block. Gonna get some plus frames from that clone explosion. Getting a little tricky here. Definitely not enough distance there for the KB. Anti-air straight, just instant jump.
Gur still has the corner. He's still a big threat here. Did he forward 3 over the down 4? That was too good.
Insane. That slight little hop, just enough to get over it. Oh, there's going to be a big punish there for Sooneo. The zoning mentality here working out for him. Yeah, got to pop it. No problem there. If he did block it, would have been plus frames for Gyara's. So either way, Gyara's still in this. Can he make this reverse 3-0 happen? Checks him with the down 1. Continues the onslaught there with a good command grab. Right on top of him, thanks to that sand trap. Again, just trying to, keep Sooneo down as much as possible once he does get, that opening. That hopping over the throat. Gur does it again.
Still going up to this guy. Very, very jump heavy. Ugh, and he actually got the air charge punish. Really good awareness. And now plus frames here for Sunio. Love the setup.
So
gonna beat him with the corner.
Very specific setup there. That little mine coming down, giving him the opportunity to take the turn back. Sunio teasing the idea of the shield bash coming.
Gur's been able to get out a bunch of throws so far. That's been huge in this run. He backs off. He's in here. And with one more good pressure series, no, of course he's gonna back off. Look at the button timing on Sunio's side. He escaped. Oh boy. And Gur finds the moment. It's not going to be enough, but he's so close, even on chip.
Oh god, he's just holding out the block.
Look at the time. Look at the time. 10 seconds. Can he act? Oh, Gur with the interactable choice. What else would it be from him? His awareness, as you said earlier, is always there when it comes to where he is on screen and his interactable options available to him. Went up into the sky, just barely avoiding RoboCop. He didn't really need much. All he needed was that one hit. That was good enough.
Yeah, but I feel like this whole night, Sooneo has been very hyper aware of interactables. And like I almost screamed, "Don't go for the interactable." That's what he's gonna expect, but he didn't expect it. He didn't see it coming, and I'm just I'm a little surprised there that Sunio wasn't aware of that, and I think he is too. I think he's definitely a little.
Yes.
It stings a little bit more when someone hits you with one of those, but
The
you move on. Of
hourglass.
course, Gur trying to make this reverse 3-0. Sunio trying to just put that last nail in the coffin, trying to move on here in that losers finals, where you can have a potential run back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see though. Let's see. Oh, got to stick it out here with the same variations, same abilities
Round one.
equipped.
Fight.
But again, not going to be the same game as we saw in game number one. Both these players are adapting and changing the play styles right before our very eyes. A little bit more shifting sand heavy here coming out of Gur, trying to immobilize Sunio. Sunio just kind of sitting back, saying, "All right, I'll take trade after trade. I'm getting a little bit more damage in my favor."
And interesting because he had been moving so much, so I like Gur trying to make that happen, but as we saw, Sunio was comfortable just staying full screen as well. And it does seem like maybe a more intentionally rangy style from Sunio here.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Oh, tries to go for the regular throw there. Not close enough to make contact. And Gur gets a little tricky there with that overhead interactable. Does get the nice punish when that whiffs, but you gotta be ready. You gotta be right on top of it. Not only that, you have to have the right range that you have to input here. Blocks the overhead. Smart stuff from Gur. Goes for the tick throw. 15%, not bad at all. Needs to find a fatal blow if he can to take this. He'll get tripped up there.
Oh no, a drop! But Gur's ready for it. Is this enough? Yes, it is. Now he starts the round in the corner. Oh, in one of these weird close situations too.
Fight.
Yeah, Sooneo just out of there.
Little hand coming out of Gur with a down 4, but does find the sand trap. Little hops from Sunio coming out, trying to get Gur to flinch. For Gur not really letting it shake him at all.
I love these challenges. Okay, looking for grab, and that's not what came, but it worked out anyway for Sunio.
That is not a safe thing to just kind of throw out there. Flawless block of 2, definitely an easy thing for pretty much any character when you're fighting up against Robocop. So Sunio possibly could switch it up next time around. Maybe he's going to go for a forward 2-1 gunshot or anything else to just kind of mess with the timing here, as he already knows that Gur knows he can flawless block up 2.
Statue's still back there. Oh, Gur was ready. Hold on.
Fatal blow. Why did he fatal blow?
I'm with you. I'm not sure either. So outside of range of fatal blow now, but Gur, no more offensive bar. Oh, this is it finally. Yes, it does come on the KB right there. Sunio at match point.
Final round.
Oh, Gur's instinct told him he jumped. Let me just trip him up there with that, Oh, down to big gauntlet right to the jaw. Coming out of Gur. Sunio, life depleting. Left there on the sand, on the shifting sands. Trying to get, a little tricky there. Trying to immobilize Robocop, or Sunio specifically in this scenario. He's even cash in with the gauntlet in the corner. No, he thought the breakaway was coming. He was trying to cash in big on that, but that's okay. Sunio finding the momentum, going back on his side. Forward throw coming out of there. Now he's backing off. Wants nothing to do with her up close, trying to just chip him away little by little here.
Oh, that's the KB! Crushing blow comes here. He had just built it from, Sunio now. With his own fatal blow? Oh, I don't think it's gonna, no. He breaks away, just barely. Into this guy again. Gur finds it, and he has battled back to make it 2-2. I like the idea of Sunio going up into that pressure situation for the throw KB. He was then basically a hit confirm into fatal blow away from taking it, so the idea makes sense, but boy, the way that Gur has been able to mount pressure as this goes on and on has really impressed me. I love his jump timings. It's hard for Robocop to anti-air directly above his head, for example, and we see Splash being a really important tool for Geras to maintain that up-close pressure.
Yeah, the splash really kind of makes you question or, stop going for the route of attempting to anti-air, and then once he does that, he can, kind of switch it up for, deep jumping threes where he can get like, slight plus frames and, just kind of variable timings to try to combat against the flawless block attempts. So really, Geras is really good up close when he can just kind of keep you down, keep you weighed down with options, or weighed down, against having options as he just body splashes or variable jump threes. So really tough to deal with. And right now, that's the mindset that's going on for Sooneo. And Gur knows that. That's why the jumps are so persistent here. So the jumps are so, in your face right now.
That's he threaded such a small. Well, okay, he's in there now.
Oh, nice.
Things happen. Closes Gur again in that splash. Huge! It's a chance on punish. Again, he'd prefer to have distance. He does have flamethrower, but he'd rather just have that distance game.
Yeah, just trying to keep him back here. Possibly just trying to get, some good damage and a little bit of distance. So you want the best of both things. Back in on, somehow getting hit there with the
actually came in. That was great, yeah. Gur understood. He understood what was coming up. Yeah, he just tried to get out of there and not quite in time. It's match point Sunio.
Punish there on summoning the sand clone there, popping it up to give him a little bit of breathing room to set up another one, but Sunio no longer near it. Not sure what that up one was, possibly an input error thanks to the side switch. Low 9 coming out and just keeping Gur away, tacking on so much damage here. Chipping away at his health little by little, not really big conversions, but just successful zoning attempts here and there. Gur really in a bad spot right now. Suneo's game to lose here.
Oh, but maybe he has, as Gur's now got the corner. Individual attempts. Oh, forward two.
He didn't commit.
You can definitely press buttons underneath that. I haven't seen anybody do it, and Suneo's gonna take it 3 games to 2. Sunio has had incredibly close sets. We talked about it earlier on winner's side. I mean, we saw the 3-2 loss versus Biohazard. We saw the 3-2 win versus Tweety, and now it's 3-2 again. A win again versus Gur. So it's gonna be a rematch, Sunio versus Biohazard in losers finals.
I don't know how Sunio has anything left in that tank. Like, not only is like every game going to game 5, but also when you play in that style, I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like when I play a more zone heavy style or zone heavy character, it takes a little bit more out of me. Where it's like, a lot of games come down to timeout situations. You're physically playing longer, on average, longer rounds. Like, so
some people are built for it, okay? He's built for it. I get it. I'm built for it, man. I want to have those long rounds. That gets me hyped up. I get hyped up when that stuff happens. So I see that in him as well, for sure. He's absolutely into this. Maybe he's got to go back to the station to get a power up. I don't know what's going to go on over there, but I would expect this to again be RoboCop. His choice has been really nice. It's probably going to be Kano for Biohazard, as we saw before. We saw how close it was. It's going to be very interesting to follow the back and forth of, again, Biohazard trying to make it a fast matchup, using things like Vegemite to approach, using the forward 1 string to approach, that sort of stuff in order to gain the corner. And then the idea on Suneo's side is, well, I don't need to constantly be doing projectiles. I have other tools. I have shield. I have other buttons I can punish if you try to do a roll. That back and forth, trying to make it fast, trying to slow it down. It's the classic zoner versus character who needs to get in matchup. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, and like watching it, it's really cool seeing, kind of like a zoner be put into a more uncomfortable situation. But again, most successful zoners know how to be in that situation. They know, okay, I got to switch it up, or okay, I can't rely on my full screen options. Let me use my my close screen options. I was gonna say short screen. My close screen options, or I could just complain and say I have no options. But the good ones are gonna say I do have options. It can fight up close. You know, you got things like Throw. Robocop's got some, you know, okay mids. You know, definitely not the best.
He does.
And down 3 is a very good poke. Oh, I've never seen that miss. Very rare that you see the spit reach, but the headbutt not down to call out from Sooneo the second time around there, knowing that breakaway was coming. Oh, trying to get tricky there. So does Biohazard. I love the Vegemite, you know, trick, the setup. Most people are going to be respecting that full string. Look at Sunio getting under that command grab. He knew exactly when to let go of block, but just wasn't there in time to really, you know, make it hurt.
Well, Biohazard's making it hurt. He's got the corner for himself. Oh, that said, Sunio, and you know, he's done a great job at throwing in or out of the corner and getting the mix-ups right. So he's got a range situation yet again. Okay, again, though, it's Bio moving forward. No, he didn't. You could have canceled into anything.
Anything.
And
Literally anything.
Biohazard takes the round. Shout out to Bio for keeping his awareness going. But yeah, literally, if it had been flamethrower, cool. If it had been back forward 1, the low shot, cool. Either of those, and that's what you do. Could have been back forward 2, why not? It could have been anything for Sunio, and instead, Biohazard takes the round.
Yeah, he rolled out of the corner. Biohazard was literally swinging for the fences the wrong way. Sunio had him dead to rights, and he let him go. So unfortunate here. But you know what? Biohazard did have to come off that fatal blow. So that was a little bit of a moral victory here. If Sunio can find the situation to, you know, keep it going here in this game. Of the down 3 poke. Super plus on hit, however, super negative on block. So gotta be a little cautious when you just throw that little down 3 out as
This is that slowing it down. Oh, but all of a sudden going fast to Bio. Catching a roll. Underneath, we have seen Bio challenge that. We've seen it twice now.
Yeah, and you know, like you pointed out in that last set, you can actually do standing button there instead of that down 1. You can full combo punish
for sure, yep.
for doing that. And you know, Sunio's not doing it too often, so you know, you're not looking for a back 3 with punish here coming out of Biohazard. Big crushing blow. Sunio turning the tables though out of the corner. Biohazard trying to hunt it down, making him eat these plus frames on block. Very, very tough when that's the mind game pretty much at all times. Block this straight, and no, you're -2 at the end of it.
Oh, right got him!
Right through.
The setup here, he's hoping for it. Well, it actually did not work out how he was hoping for. Biohazard not quite sealing the deal. He'd love to get Vegemite. There it is. And now the question is, when does he bring it out? It's not there! Studio! I'm silent. That distance that he has, he could throw a projectile, he could dash up into forward 3 for the hit confirm. You're not sure what he's going to do, and he's been mixing it up great. He's got range now. Pushes this corner back.
Watch out for Vegemite. It's loaded. Whoa, the amulet coming out.
Wow, he calls it out. Now, surely there would have been an air charge after that, but nevertheless, Sunio using, again, that movement to make things happen offensively when he needed to, but other than that, doing a great job at slowing it down.
A little bit of a statement here coming out of Sunio. I think it's just more of a reflection on how hype he's feeling, even though, you know, pretty much threw that first round away after it was handed to him, still able to make this comeback here. And that last little part really stemmed from that devastating conversion into fatal blow for Sunio. That move does not, the 2 hit into the fatal blow, it doesn't scale that much. It does not scale that much. It does a boatload of damage there. And Sunio knew that it was the perfect time to cash it.
Baraka.
Oh, wow! It's gonna be Baraka. Now, what's the loadout? What's the choice?
See if he goes for spine burst or the leg kebab. I think it's going to be the leg kebab. Biohazard really has been digging that variation lately. Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, not only you're getting a little bit of a great answer for, you know, potential mix-up. You know, you can stop the flawless block attempts, but you also hold on to chop chop. You know, when you go for spine burst, you give up chop chop, and you really don't have any moves at all.
Wow.
Instant crushing blow here coming out of Sooneo. Not a good look for Baraka so far. Back there, thanks to that amplified move from the turbo gun. Big gun coming your way. The mids pushing you back, guaranteeing that chip, guaranteeing that pushback.
So far, it's only down one chip for Biohazard. Other than that, this is all Sunio. And again, you never know where he's going to be. Sometimes he's going to be up close all of a sudden. Oh, calling it out. Well, hoping anyway. Biohazard with the OS into Blood Lunge. He's got... He almost did. He almost had pressure. And I love that Sunio was aware that he could just escape.
Yeah, and it was kind of like I almost lost. I almost didn't see Sunio with my eye. Oh, no. He just got done using it. Of course he's aware. Of course he's aware that that's a possibility. And Biohazard getting a little too desperate there. Got super shitty, super hard that forward three.
Back and forth. You never know when he's going to come up for the attack, come up for the grab, or instead back off and throw another projectile. You just don't know. Was that a flawless?
Yes.
I think so. That's just complete domination. I gotta tell you, Baraka, one of my favorite characters. You gotta get off him. It's back to Kano for sure.
Has to be. I mean, it really didn't seem like Baraka could get in there. Never really even got to play his game because Sunio was just doing such a good job of keeping him at bay and making sure Baraka didn't get into that little range where he could bully you with forward 2-1. Yes, forward 2 does hit as a high, but he has some good range to get over some low pokes or anything like that. But Sunio never gave him the opportunity, never gave him the chance. And yes, like David said, immediately going to the Kano. I mean, hey, this is a huge difference in terms of money for this prize pool. Big majority, because remember, keep in mind, whoever does win here still has potential to win the entire thing. They just got to get through Aztec. But right now, they're going to be focusing on each other. Biohazard not in a good spot, but we've seen this before. We've seen the 3-0 comebacks. We've seen the reverse 3-0s. He can do it right here, right now with this character. All it takes is a little bit of patience. Sunio with the immediate challenge, the down one, doesn't want to deal with any of those +2 shenanigans out of Kano.
He's so confident in his spacing right there that he knew he could do that. Really, really smart, good stuff. Look at these challenges from Sunio using a down one that's on the slower end, but it's cool for him so far. Yeah, he's gone. Oh, you never know if he's gonna come back. I mean, I'm telling you, ground or air, I just feel like I don't know where Sunio is going.
It's tough, man. Like, you think he's gonna try to land and stay away, but then, like, out of nowhere, oh, here comes the dash right in your face, and your skull is just bashing. Jumping from Sunio.
No bio.
That command grab. One hit confirmed. Oh no. Oh,
I love it. I love it. What a specific read. Biohazard has seen all these down ones from Sunio and was like, you're definitely pressing that button again 100%. Actually, not enough. Okay. But that flawless block, it must be a message to Sunio. Chill out a little bit on all these buttons, will ya? I think that's what Biohazard's trying to send.
And Biohazard, one of the best at flawless blocking, especially in a clutch situation. Even in a situation where like up 2 won't work. Kano's got a really good up 2, but sometimes you need that invulnerable up 3 just to kind of steal your turn back. Ooh, I'm actually not sure if he, able to keep him in the air. Of course, going to be jailing him over and over again with that knife toss. As the knife toss leaves him in a standing position, super plus for Kano, as long as he's right next to him, he can jail right into that stand 2. Flawless blocking.
Oh, wow! The ball just straight up ate the OCP charge. That's cool to know.
Not sure if that was because of the Vegemite or if it's always going to eat it. Either way, though, standing position right next to him. Sunio going with a nice little hop there and gets the reversal throw timing here. Biohazard not looking good this round. Flipping over to the other side. I like that decision, David. Throw myself into the corner against the super zony character. Oh.
Yeah, he could back off all the screen behind him. He could be backing away. It's tough for Biohazard right now. And again, keep in mind that Sunio could go up for corner pressure. We've seen even that as well. Oh, that screen even still behind him. Trying to mash. Trying to find his way up. Down 2 is what I saw on startup. Bio. Mix-ups aren't working. Now he's got to get back in and make him happen again. Huge hit confirmed from Sunio, the forward 3. He's looking for it, as he has been this whole time. It's hit confirmed into fatal. This last hit's gonna do it. Sunio has beaten Bio 3 games to 0. So that first set they had 3-2, super close, very fun matchup. This one, much more convincing.
Yeah, Sooneo in full control here, being, you know, I guess it was a little bit of the uncertainty from Biohazard. As you can see during that set, he did switch over to Baraka to try to see if Sooneo knew how to deal with it. Found out in a very, very tough way that, yes, Sooneo, in fact, did know how to deal with it. I feel like Baraka barely got in there. I want to say he got like a few conversions in that first round and then got flawless that second round, which, you know, kind of, I think that was it, man. I think it was very, very tough to come back from that. But Sunio moving on.
That means 3rd place for Biohazard. Just as a reiteration, this is a free-to-enter tournament with a $500 pot anyways. So shout-outs to East Coast Throwdown for doing these community throwdowns. Shout-outs to everybody involved, Roadrunner Records, of course, Facebook Gaming. The players are going to get paid. 3rd place gets $50. Now, you mentioned it. 2nd place gets a bunch more. It's $150. So it's already quite a ways up there. 1st place is $300. Obviously, even more. So getting into grand finals already. Good luck for Sunio. Biohazard, though, 3rd place. Again, we have been talking about it all night, how stacked this event was, how many of these players had won majors in the past. You know, it's been a blast to watch already, but now we are down to those top 2.
Yeah, down to the wire, and, you know, knowing that going into this, that, you know, you're going to be playing for a difference of $150. So it's going to be kind of weighing on you. You're going to be wondering, you know, and people play differently. You know, when something's on the line or something's not on the line, you play totally different. I know that was kind of a discussion for a while, but the fact is, it's always like that. You know, pressure can make or break certain players. Sometimes it'll bring players down a little bit, but, you know, if it doesn't affect you as much as it's affecting your opponent, you're going to come out the victor. You're going to come out to have a little bit more of an edge. So very interesting to see how these guys match up. These guys have not played so far in the bracket, both starting on completely opposite sides, and Aztec making his way all the way through the winner's side, all the way to the grand finals. So interesting to see how Sunio is going to be able to mix it up. Like I've said before, Sunio is a player that impresses me just because his play style is so different. And I think that's tough, man. Like if you were to play Sunio in a 1st to 10 or 1st to 100 for like money, I don't even know how you would prepare for that. Like, how do you find someone who is willing to play at that level? Because it's very, very uncommon thing, and that's what's so cool about seeing Sunio in the bracket. That's why I'm always excited to see him, you know, come out, you know, do those zoning options, do those tools, and just kind of keep the opponent at bay, keep him in control. And I love seeing how his RoboCop kind of evolved here, where, you know, most people are expecting him to stay back, but, you know, that shield bash just being like in your face, it really just kind of, it almost feels like a dive kick. Like, you know, he's always just kind of staying right on you.
It's -7. Like, you're not going to get big time punished for it. The worst you're going to get is a down 1, or like maybe Raiden's got his thing going and he's had to set it up for the past 20 seconds. Like, it's really rare, right? So you instead, you have this forward threat in a way that very few characters do in the game. Again, I think he gets not enough credit for the mobility that he has as a character on the ground and in the air if you do have that charge. So what's the variations here? Surely Cat, obviously, for Aztec to try to get through projectiles. What else? And Sunio maybe has the same one, same outfit at least.
Yeah, I love the
flamethrower charge, low auto 9. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it looks sick. I totally agree with you. Here we go. It's going to be grand finals of this week's East Coast Throwdown, Community Throwdown, Mortal Kombat 11. It's Aztec starting on winner's side. Sunio is going to have to win 2 3 out of 5 sets to make it happen. Starting off. Wow, okay, we're seeing some weirdness go on right at the beginning. I love it. Oh my god, look at Aztec. What's happening?
I mean, down 4 into the unblockable is really, really good, especially if that down 4 does hit. You know, you really can't get out of that situation. Forward throw coming out of Sunio.
I do like Robocop's ability to zone out versus Total Khan. You know, Total does not have great ranged options. He's got fast wave dashing. He's got a mid-screen button, but from further away than that, it can be tough.
He's got Cat though. Cat does go through those projectiles, so it's going to be kind of the way in for Aztec, if you will. And Aztec's been very familiar. Yeah, he's been very familiar with how to use the Cat here. Robocop definitely a newer character, but still here long enough that you can learn the matchup. Great shot there. Look at that wave dashing coming out of Aztec. Finds the way in. That's going to be a big crushing blow if he wants it. No! Decides to hold on to it maybe for the next game. I'm sorry, for the next round.
Right.
The rest of this game. This just to keep it nice and safe. Flamethrower to stop any kind of crazy jumping attack. Any jumping attempt here. Sooneo able to get control there at the end of that round. Looking good. That's the first step and possibly resetting and winning this tournament.
He got him! Aztec has oftentimes backed off and then looks to swing in, but Sunio calling out exactly that option.
I mean, Total definitely a little bit slower in those buttons, but really where he makes up for it is the range. So, you know, that's the range you're going to want to be playing a little bit farther away. That's going to be armor broken. Big crushing blow. This time, Aztec deciding to get off of it, deciding to use the resource. He might not get the opportunity to do so later on. A straight shot. And yeah, that is matchup knowledge right there. That was guaranteed for Aztec. Once he got hit, once he got punished by that immediate breakaway, get up in time to punish, because you know those follow-up shots are guaranteed once it is amplified there.
Okay. Sunio has done a great job at mixing up between poke into attack, poke into grab. Strike though has been really legit for him. Taking his turn here.
Keep him in check there with that mid immediately, super duper fast. And trying to absorb something is Aztec here. He can absorb it with the parry. What a whiff punish there. Of course, already came off the KB. He's not going to be able to do anything other than just kind of break the armor. Whoa, what was that? Sunio looked like he possibly went for some kind of throw interruption there, but he left unblockable. This is coming down to the wire, neck and neck. Both players at pretty much the same amount of health. And there comes the downward cat.
Jumped out of it. That was such a good range from Sunio. And now Aztec is, he's getting towards the corner. Never mind. Just like that, all the stage behind Sunio. 2 offensive bars though for Aztec for cats. Sunio's not afraid. Got him! What a hit confirm from Aztec! What a hit confirm! Talk about awareness. He knew he was in range. He knew what he was hunting for, and #1 goes to him. What a chase! It's not the same kind of matchup as Kano versus Robocop, where it's like, I'm gonna go super fast. You are chasing, right? You're chasing a lot. You do have Cat, but you know it's not the fastest thing in the world. It means Robocop gets to take a turn. You're chasing, and nevertheless, I love how Aztec approached it.
Got him. He got him there right at the end. And, you know, that after Sunio jumped, that wasn't necessarily guaranteed. He didn't commit to a button, but Aztec was aware enough and hyper-focused enough to see those normal buttons going right into a fatal blow, enough to kill him. Beautiful hit confirm, man. That was the game. And, you know, it could have gone either way. Could have gone either way. Not sure what Sunio was looking for there. But probably going to keep it with the same variation here, same tools. Like I said, he was in control for most of that match, but it all comes down to that damage output, especially when you're talking about Kotal Khan's fatal blow. That is a huge, huge, huge combo in terms of damage. So that's going to help him here. You know, not have to find as many hits as Robocop does. Goes right for that parry out the gate. Trying to expose that flawless block attempt from Sooneo. Here comes the cat, pushing closer and closer to the corner. Finishing that whole string. That's going to be Whip City. Did you see him walk back? So
right,
confident?
Yeah. And then so few characters can whiff punish easily like that, but boy, Aztec's character can absolutely do that. This is all Aztec with complete control. Yeah.
Yeah, not sure.
Started
Sunio
off
was
fast.
pressing something, as he did get counter hit. Maybe it was wake up buttons attempt. The cat right next to him, Sooneo with a neutral jump punch, somehow making contact. Everybody's heads are super stubby and never make it anywhere they're trying to go. Aztec swinging for the fences here. Sooneo getting a little defensive here, not really going for the whiff punish on that first, between the first and second hit of that swing, but instead just trying to play it as safe as possible.
Oh, wow.
Too obvious of a setup here from Sunio. You know, super plus frames at a high level. Everyone's like, okay, here comes the throw. Read like a book. However, Sunio knows that he cannot lose this round. He doesn't want to go down 2-0. Of course, not going to be enough to seal the deal. Should be around 40%, considering total's extra health. Still needs about 10% left to go. Whoa! Tries to go for the jump kick. The short
Interesting.
Final round, fight.
Okay, well now all that screen behind Sunio. Although I gotta say, Cole is one of the best at just pushing the opponent into the corner, even on block.
Yeah, super good at doing that. Super good at, you know, again, especially when you're talking about, you know, the cat move that pushes you forward, or the command grab that can switch sides over the oh, he was able to recover just in time there. They amplify for a little bit more damage. Finding his way to Robocop, of course, hoping that he comes off that breakaway, but because of this move, constant, you know, ability to quickly break armor, you know, Sunio's not even considering it as an option. Big crushing blow right to the top of the head, bashing that skull in and just keeping him back. Oh no, how many times on this broadcast is Sunio gonna just fish that out like nothing?
Pretty impressive that he's so aware of that at all times. And now, just like we said, on block, it's Aztec into the corner! Is it? Oh boy, even with that 1050 health, or sorry, 1100 health for Robocop, that was still enough.
Just enough, man. Right there at the end, that last little, you know, hunk of saw, just doing exactly what Aztec needs. And Aztec one game away from being the champion here. One game away. We've seen Sooneo in this, you know, in this specific scenario before. One of the first matches on our broadcast today, he was down 2-0 against Tweety, starting with Robocop, then switched to Katana, then switched back to Robocop, and somehow made a 3-0 comeback. That is still a possibility here. Don't count him out. But I did kind of mention before, I am super surprised that Sunio has anything left in the tank. Playing the way he does, not only playing the way he does, but playing against these high level, these high caliber players over and over again, taking them down to the wire, taking them out. And, you know, he's just been playing for so long. So if anyone's out there for Sunio, he needs your energy right here, right now, as Aztec knocking on the door of victory.
Yeah, knocking on Robocop's head. Oh, is he going to spend it? He does, very quickly. And backing off, hoping to zone. I have been very impressed by Aztec's movement in. It hasn't even been so much about Cat. It's been instead about his wave dashing and about forward 2, jumping at the right times. Look at this. Okay, the call from Sunio. I knew exactly what was coming. By the way, tough to do wave dashing in that way and also be prepared for the exact moment to block what the opponent's going to do.
Just really good at understanding that. Double dipping there is Aztec. Down 1 gets blocked, able to just swing afterwards with a down 3. Kind of just to really call out what Sunio is feeling and chasing down the roll with a beautiful punish, a beautiful hit confirm. It's a fatal blow. This is surely to do enough. Doesn't matter if Robocop's got that extra 100 health. This is doing literally 41% of a normal character. Aztec on tournament point right here, right now. He's got to win one of these next 2 rounds. But he came off that fatal blow, so he's going to be doing a little bit. He's got to be finding a few more.
Sunio with a good read on not doing amplify like that. He's got to maintain this range. I mean, again, been so impressed by Aztec's movement in this matchup. Right? He's so fast. He's there so quickly. Sunio with the stagger. We haven't seen it quite as much.
Here's
that zoning game that he wants to play.
Yeah, just kind of keeping him away. Aztec trying to use those buttons to, close the distance. Not sure what Aztec was looking there, maybe trying to challenge a stagger call out there, trying to challenge, what he anticipated to be a stagger, but Sooneo just kind of, continuing the pressure on him.
Ooh, it's a specific read. I feel like Aztec's specific reads have been legit all night.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the down two pressure goes really coming in hot here. Back throw to stop that forward roll. Sunio trying to get a little tricky, trying to catch Aztec whipping. He does get that first throw, but you gotta, okay, even with KB, you still got 70% left to go here. Pushing him back. Here comes the sun. Just to try to heal him up, and Sunio says, all right, I'm gonna apply the pressure best as I can here.
Yeah, he did some damage.
Yeah, no, he definitely did.
It's almost like Suneo's giving up that spot. As soon as Aztec's in forward 2 range, you see Sunio blocking a lot now. Right, just like this. Interruption! Sunio aware! Now, I don't think it's gonna do it. Yeah, it's 1050 on the other side here.
It's close, man. It's close. Down to the wire. I think he's alive.
He's alive, but this is also a range where Sunio can really just check. Yeah, super tough to avoid that situation. So Sunio's not out of it yet.
Yeah, because you're so scared of the low 9 that you don't want to duck it. Now, of course, that first hit of the Cobra gun, that high gun, does hit as a high that you can duck, but always keeping that low 9 in mind, and that low 9 is not slow by any means. Pretty quick. If you're not ready for it, you're not ready for it. The only thing that he really could have potentially done there is maybe flawless block it to minimize a chip, but Sunio weighed the risk, and he definitely said this is the way to go. Even if it's not going to kill him, it's going to put him in a very, very nice package. Keep him happy.
Well, all right. Again, huge part of this matchup has been Aztec's movement and then his threatening with forward 2. Sunio has had that shield, I think, once. Other than that, he has been, comfortable either outside of that range, okay, he's shooting guns, or he can pressure a little bit up close, but that mid-range looks very uncomfortable in the way that Aztec's playing.
Round goes for the flawless blockable string there. Very strange call out there by Aztec. But again, wants to kind of keep mixing it up. Wants to make Sunio think, maybe this is coming, or maybe it's not.
A couple bars spent. Again, Aztec backs off. Well, out of the corner, hoping maybe to set up the KB.
Makes not there in time to grab the rollback. A little too late there as Aztec. Not falling apart here as he's just, one game away from tournament victory. Low shot 9, keeping him back, keeping him at bay. That's pretty much what Sunio wants. Trying to mix it up, trying to go in with that forward 2 there, that mid for Robocop that does lead to some pretty good damage if it does counter hit for the KB.
Look at how fast. Okay, and it is escape failed as well. So Sunio's got range. Oh, what a roll timing. Okay, all right. Sunio has been caught by that before, but he has also challenged it a couple times, including here.
Yeah. I believe last time that also kind of gave up the game for Aztec. Sunio calls it out correctly. Very slow, which is why it's unblockable. Tell, gonna cash in with the KB.
Yes. Maybe expecting the roll there too, as he did not commit to throwing a projectile. He wanted it. It was so close. He actually might have been able to get his own KB on that, the rarely seen back forward 2 KB.
Yeah, could have possibly seen it.
No
there.
dice. So Sunio
Aztec
into the corner though.
Oh, down 1 does trade there. Aztec got a few more swings in there. Sunio's playing a little bit more reserved. Taking his turn back and forth, gets that throw. Of course, not enough to do the damage here.
Oh, as soon as he gets his offensive bar, he just barely did. Let me tell you, Sunio actually started that gunshot
before he had actually reached offensive bar number 1. Because he knew you have a little bit of a window to activate the amplification. So as soon as possible, literally, he brought it out. Now, I love that he was so aware of exactly where his bar was, how much health the opponent had. That's the kind of stuff you need to even it up 2-2 in this first set.
Yeah, that is a really, really cool detail, because you don't want to give him, because while you're building resources, so is your opponent. Which we've been seeing Kotal Khan kind of use for the cat. You want to amplify it to kind of get in there, get in your face. And Sunio didn't want to give him that chance at all. Just wanted to stop it immediately. That's like hyper management of your resources. So really love it. That's why we're down to a 2-2 game 5 situation again for Sunio. Marathon. This is literally a marathon for Sunio. An Iron Man match. Sunio versus everybody else in this bracket. What a run.
I'll tell you though, as a zoner, the longer those go, the more energy he gets.
Not me, man. Not me. I would be drained. I cannot play like that. I don't know how you guys do it. Whoa, jumping back. A good call out. A lot of Kotals like to do that right out the gate. Forward advancing moves, super quick. Kind of reminds me of Superman doing forward 2 in the beginning of Injustice 1. It's just kind of like the go-to option. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
So already about half-life, it's going to be even more than that, actually, as Sunio calls out that moment exactly. Look at this. Look at this control. And on reaction, even, it was against the cat. Oh, this is about to be a flawless if Aztec can't get anything going here. And it is flawless. What a statement.
Round 2, fight.
Really whiffs that throw there. Aztec kind of getting around it, trying to, capitalize as best as he can. Calls out, getting vulnerable up 3 perfectly there. Aztec just walking back and making sure that those buttons do connect. Kind of identifying the whiff there. That's why Sunio really is good at getting out of the corner. Being able to instant jump 3 in case they are in your face, or if they are jumping. Or, if they're not, hey, I can still mix it up with that shield smash, getting out of there, no problem. Very, very tough thing to punish on the recovery. This is Aztec's round to lose. He had a really, really good lead here. Sunio trying to make this comeback.
Oh, I love the tech. Super important to see that tech. Does he stay away shots? The Robocop's... Oh my god, he actually did not move forward at all. Many other characters would have died during that animation, but not Robo. Okay, Aztec does take the round, but that was actually a really funny interaction to see.
That was so strange, because like the beginning of his throw animation and at the end were the only times he was baking in the sun. I was just staring at his health bar, waiting for it to go down, but
yeah,
if he was a little closer, he could have died a little sooner. But it's either way. Game 5, last round situation. We're going to see a reset. Sunio marking down that tree, getting a little closer.
Out of there. And now the chase has to begin again for Aztec. Yeah, even so. Okay, punish. Yeah, now we have seen Sunio gets right on whether to do that amplify. This time it's Aztec who gets it right. Jumping out. Looking for the breakaway.
The regular check, that forward 3-2, doing such a good job of, keeping him honest there, making sure he doesn't, neutral check for any kind of possible throw call-outs, or even just like someone getting crazy and mashing down 1 on this head.
Aztec can definitely take it on this next hit. Oh my god, I spoke it into existence as Aztec comes in with forward 2. It's going to be so close versus this 1100 health character. Final hit. It's not enough! Oh, he amplified, of course. Aztec takes it 3-2. So close.
Oh, man.
Either way, what a fantastic set that was. I loved watching the chase from Aztec. The way that he made call-outs, both on offense and defense, I loved seeing that sort of stuff. I really like watching the choices that Sunio makes when he does a projectile, when he backs off, when he moves forward, whether that's going to be into an attack or a throw, all of those things. Yeah, you just never know where he's going to go. To me, that was one of the most interesting grand final sets that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, and it definitely kind of, just seeing Sooneo using that character kind of showed me RoboCop in a completely different light, being able to kind of just go for that shield bash and just kind of, you know, be that constant presence, that constant annoyance of like, all right, he's getting in, he's right next to me. Even though he's not really someone who wants to be up close, he does want to kind of zone you.
Sure.
But he does get that hit. He pushes you far back away, and it's definitely, you know, the risk reward is definitely in the favor of RoboCop when it comes to jumping around and doing that shield bash. So again, totally blew my mind and how you can play that character. I mean, I don't know, man. Very, very impressive. But of course, you don't want to not give credit to Aztec, who played so well. Coming down to the wire, getting through all those killers, down to the wire against Gurg, down to the wire against Biohazard, and of course there against Sunio. Who knows what could have happened if that set did get reset, but it was very, very, very close. A lot of clutch situations coming out of Aztec. A lot of them starting with forward 2-1 into a beautiful hit confirm fatal blow, which is, again, huge damage, man. Huge damage. So big shout outs to Aztec for the
Really fun to watch. That's Aztec taking it and thereby taking that $300 for first place. Second place, Sunio, $150. Third place, Biohazard, $50. Again, so cool that we're getting this stuff regularly. Not just from Mortal Kombat 11, that's what we saw now. There's also Tekken, there's Guilty Gear Strive, Street Fighter 5 as well on these East Coast Throwdown, Community Throwdown events. Stuff's happening every week. Very cool to see that. Again, free to enter. I definitely recommend that people enter. If you are around, if you have that time, I highly recommend that you enter. It's free to do so. Check it out. And on the upside, if you take it, you know, you're going to share that $500 prize pot. So thanks to Roadrunner Records for being a big part of this. And thanks for Facebook Gaming too.
Yeah, man. All great stuff. Make sure you guys are following East Coast Throwdown on their social media, just to make sure you guys are aware of when the next tournaments are. And big shout outs to Facebook Gaming. That is where you guys do have to sign up for any future tournaments. So if you're looking for the sign up link, it's definitely going to be up on Facebook. So check it out there. Make sure you guys remember to also check in when it comes time for the tournament, but that's where you're going to want to go to register. Yeah, huge shout outs to Facebook Gaming. Huge shout outs to ECT. Can't wait for, you know, online, offline, any kind of events East Coast Throwdown is throwing our way. It's always going to be a really, really fun and entertaining, you know, massive amounts of content. So really love ECT for all the love they share. You know, huge shout outs to everyone who also participated and making it, you know, possible for us to see all these incredible matches. I mean, I don't, even when it was 3-0, we did not see a dull match. Like, it was so good.
It was all good. I think RoboCop's quite strong. I'll be perfectly honest with you. All right, shout outs to Sunio for doing that, but of course, as you said, biggest shout outs to Aztec for taking it this time. Again, please follow EC Throwdown on Twitter and the like. Thanks a lot to Darth Armor for commentating with me. It's fun as always, dude. Always have a blast commentating with you. Thanks a lot to everybody for watching. Have a good night.